Welcome back to the LFCMD. This is your post-match reaction after Liverpool thrash Brighton 2-1 with clutch goals from Cody Gakpo, who is doing the repeat after scoring twice against Brighton midweek. But we saw another goal from Mo Salah as well. I think the significance of this game becomes more important because of what happened around the game. With Arsenal losing, with Man City losing, this game or this win became even more important and even more exciting for us as Liverpool fans. So let's look at the two halves and how Liverpool ended up winning a game in which we performed so poorly in the first half. In the first half, one of Liverpool's problems were misplaced passes. We just couldn't do any link up going forward. We couldn't get the transition from the defense to the midfield to the attackers quite as fluid as we usually do under Arne Slot. We saw trouble and the pressing from Brighton, winning balls, especially in midfield. I don't think McAllister was at his best today on possession, and I don't think Gravenberch was at his best as well in that game in possession. So we lost the ball quite a lot with misplaced passes from defense going into midfield. And on the rare occasions that we did get the passes right from defense to midfield, we struggled to get them forward, or when we did get into a bit more of the forward positions, we couldn't just produce anything significant for the attackers. But another problem that we had is that we were giving away too many chances for Brighton, and we were quite lucky that Brighton didn't finish us off in the first half because they could have been ahead by more than just one goal. The goal from Brighton comes from a bit of individual brilliance from Mitoma down the left, which is our right, going down, taking on his men and trying to cut the ball back in field. It misses a few players. Danny Welbeck touches. I don't think he intentionally was passing it on, but he touches it and the strike is just amazing. I think maybe Tsimikas could have been a bit more aware and maybe gotten a block in, but it would have been harsh to blame the goal on him. It was just a fantastic strike. It was definitely nothing that Kelleher in goal could do about it. But we kept giving away a bit more chances even after that goal. And one of the most significant moments for Liverpool in the first half was that Kelleher save for the 1v1 chance in which Van Dijk could have done better positionally and being more aware of the person marking him. I don't think he scanned the person marking him before he let the ball go past him, and he got beat in the chase for the ball, and it ended up as a 1v1 for Kelleher. But Kelleher did well and saved us in that moment. Another brilliant moment for Liverpool in the first half to take as a positive was that Darwin Núñez dribbling from literally from midfield. It starts with a rainbow flick over a Brighton player, and then he runs with the ball to the edge of the box. Unfortunately, it doesn't end up with a goal, but I think it showed a bit of a something that's promising from Darwin Núñez, and in terms of his decision making and his ability and willingness to take players on, beat them and create opportunities of his own. Had it gone in, it would have been an amazing goal, and it would show his individual qualities, his individual brilliance. One of the negatives that we can take on top of overall just being a bad half of football for Liverpool is that we got an injury for Ibrahima Konate. Luckily, as we record this video, the communication has come out and the injury was just to the hand. Nothing is broken. He even posted saying it is nothing serious, so he's going to be available for the next game against Leverkusen. But we now meant that we needed to make a forced substitution, and Arne Slot brings in Gomez, who for me, it was one of the best Gomez performances that we've seen in a long time. We've seen amazing performances from him in different positions, because at moments when Trent was not available last season, we saw Klopp slot him into right back. At moments where both Robertson and Tsimikas were unavailable, we've seen Gomez sort of as a utility player, literally play anywhere where we needed to have a player. Sort of reminds you of James Milner, but this is the Gomez that we saw as a centre back. And a lot of you will remember in the title winning season and the season before that. Basically before Gomez had injuries that impeded his ability to sustain a run in the team, it was his partnership with Van Dijk that was very good. There were performances at centre back that led him to get into England's team even at that time, and this is one of those performances that we saw from Joe Gomez. A lot of blocks, a lot of interceptions, and also a lot of opportunities on the other side at goal. I thought Gomez could have scored 2 goals, but it shows that he's a defender, and his heading abilities, heading the ball almost like a clearance. Basically, you just want to get your head on it, not too much direction, not too much knowing where to place the ball. In the first opportunity that he gets, I think if he heads the ball down, and most strikers will tell you that you want to head the ball in a downwards direction to make it a bit more difficult for the goalkeeper to get down. And in the second opportunity that he gets, you want to head the ball in the direction where it's coming from, because usually the goalkeeper is already making a movement in the direction where the ball is going. So if you head it towards goal in the direction where it's coming from, it's a bit more difficult for the keeper to recover. But I think overall Joe Gomez played really well, played the second half better than even Konate was playing in the first half. In terms of the goals themselves, the first goal just highlights the brilliance of Cody Gakpo, and I think there's a reason why Arne Slot has been choosing Cody Gakpo in the past 2 games over Diaz, even though Diaz had been performing quite well himself. I think the thing with Cody Gakpo, his decision making is quick. With Diaz, sometimes you see him beat a player, try to beat 3 more players, eventually, because he's so brilliant, he still ends up having the opportunity. But often if you beat 1 player, you have 2 players doubling up on you. There just isn't enough time to make another decision after that, and we saw moments like that for Diaz even after he came on, beating a player and then having to face 3 more players. But with Cody Gakpo, he makes up his mind very quickly. If he's gonna go inside, he's gonna try and beat the first person and put the ball in, and that's literally what happened with the opportunity that he got for the goal, even though he himself admitted that it was a cross and not a shot. But if it ends up at the back of the net, we as Liverpool fans do not mind either way. But he was already showing that he was trying to do that a few times. There was an opportunity where Mo Salah passed him a ball at a similar position. He was trying a shot that time and it went wide, so it's good that his confidence didn't go up and he kept trying it. But I think another great thing about him is that he's willing to drive to the byline and put a cutback cross in. He's willing to shoot from the edge of the box, sort of gives us what we usually get from Mo Salah on the other side. So Cody Gakpo is gonna be immense for Liverpool, especially if we're mounting a title season like we seem like we're doing. And then the second goal is sort of a throwback to the Klopp era, where we win the ball at the edge of our box and we attack quite quickly. Szoboszlai, I think, is the one who wins the ball at the edge of our box, passes it on to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, the return to Szoboszlai, back to Curtis Jones, and then he drives it on forward, eventually passing it on to Mo Salah, who strikes with a Mo Salah brilliant but signature finish from Mo Salah. And if you play FC or FIFA as we used to call it, but with the new ones, they have special abilities, and when you get to a certain area, you'll see a special ability icon pop up at the top of the player's head that you're controlling. And with Mo Salah, once you get to those sort of positions, you'll see that specialty icon where you just need to curl the ball in. We all know what Mo Salah wants to do when he gets to that position, but like I said in the Arsenal game, where a lot of people are blaming Robertson for not closing down Saka in that opportunity that led to the goal, it's different knowing what the player wants to do and then having the ability to stop it. And with Mo Salah, usually in those positions, he's unstoppable. The only thing that might stop him is maybe not getting the correct shot on the ball.